Good evening, folks. The priest here at St. James. If you may remember, there was a TV show called Between Two Ferns. But here at St. James, we're making a spin on it. Now it's a rose between two thorns. You know what I mean? So we're going to have a few announcements here this evening. So Father Martin, our pastor, will lead us off.
Thanks, Father Kirby. And it's always nice to be with Father Scott as well. You know, I learned a long time ago that probably the only constant in our lives is change. So you might remember that I have finished my first term as your pastor at St. James. The term is for 6 years. I really was not expecting or planning a change, but Archbishop Kurtz asked if I would become the rector of the cathedral in Louisville, and I accepted that, said yes to that. I always believe that whenever the Archbishop asks for something out of a certain sense of obedience, we need to do that. So I was not planned or was not intending to do that. It's been an honor to be your pastor. The change will occur usually in the Archdiocese for generations and generations, even before Father Kirby was born, maybe even Father Scott too. The change always occurred the third week of June, but because of what is happening in our world today, they prolonged that. So we'll be around until August 5th. The appointment is effective for August 5th. So I just want you to know that not an easy thing for any of us, certainly not for me as well. But I think that you will really appreciate and come to love your new pastor, who is Father Michael Wimsatt. He currently is at the cathedral, and he will be coming to E-Town, coming to St. James, same date on August 5th. So I know that you will welcome him like you have welcomed me, like you've welcomed Father Scott, like you've welcomed Father Kirby. And just in my own prayer and reflection of late, since I became aware that I would be moving, wow, just a long, long list of really, really great pastors and great priests that have been a parts of St. James. And you know, I always like to say that we are in the heartland of Kentucky. And that is so very true in many, many ways. So you have touched my heart, and I hope that in some ways I maybe have touched yours. We'll be around, as I said, until August 5th. So hopefully we will have an opportunity to be together and be able to spend some time together and enjoy each other until that departure date comes to pass. So I unfortunately, or fortunately, however you might like to say that, I'm not the only one, so I'm going to turn it over to Father Scott.
Well, as all of you know very well, when I arrived here just a little over a year ago, I had no idea how long I would be at St. James in this time of trying out, discerning if God wanted me to be here, if it were God's will for me to be in the Diocese of Louisville, and I have to thank all of you. It's been an amazing, amazing experience to be here at St. James, and also on August 5th, that experience will have a drastic change, and my relationship with all of you will be more in prayer than in physical contact and presence. So I have been asked by the Archbishop and accepted to become the pastor for St. Edward Church in Jeffersontown, and
we'll help him find his way.
all new to me, of course, and words for you. All I can say is thank you. My heart is very, very full of gratitude for all that I've received here at St. James, for all the support and the prayerful support, the goodness that you've all shown me. It's been very, very, very impressed, and just felt at home. A lot of me coming back to the Archdiocese of Louisville was that sense of just wanting to come home, and you all make me feel at home here at St. James. So all I can be is thankful to that. I tried my best to be a support to Father Martin, to be a support to all of you. And it's just a moment of gratitude for me. Thank you all. We'll have time to talk as well, as you know, over 3 months before we move on to our new assignments. So also I'll make a separate message to our dear parishioners in the Hispanic world in Spanish, for all of them to as well hear this news in their own language. And thank you. Thank you all. Thanks as well to Father Casey if he sees this, and to Father Kirby. It's been great to serve at your sides as associate pastors together. Learned a whole lot about what it means to be in a large, beautiful, active parish, and I look forward to bringing much of what I've learned here at St. James, thanks to all of you, and in a great way, thanks to you, Father Martin, to take all that with me and hopefully bring some of that goodness and richness to St. Edward's with me, and continue that experience of serving the people of the Archdiocese of Louisville. So, thank you. God bless you.
Una parte española.
Gracias a todos. Luego, si están viendo esto y no han entendido nada, pues les voy a hacer un mensaje en español separadamente para explicarles lo que es toda esta noticia.
Benissimo. So, Father Martin said there were changes. We have multiple changes. Change is not easy, as we know. So I've been here a year. So effective August 5th, I'll be staying. So that's pretty great. So that's good news for some. For some, it might not be good news, but we'll rejoice together nonetheless. So we will have time, hopefully, at least I will have time to have fun with these two fine young priests here. And we welcome Father Michael as he comes to St. James. It may be, do we want to mention another priest coming as well?
Yes, the pastor assignments have been made, and they're still working on the associate pastor assignments. So we're looking forward to another priest who will come, who will be fluent in Spanish as well, who will be able to care for all of our parishioners who speak Spanish in a really great way. So we'll probably be able to make that announcement shortly, next couple of weeks.
Awesome. Great news. So that is another episode of A Rose in Between Two Thorns. So Father Kirby Russ, Father Martin Linebeck, and Father Scott Murphy, on behalf of St. James, thank you, and God bless, and have a happy and blessed Easter season.
And I'll just say one final word. It's really unusual these days that a parish, even of our size and complexity, would have 3 priests. And I think if there's maybe a benefit, I even hesitate to use that, during this really weird time for us, is that I have had the really great blessing of being with these, and I can say this honestly, you're lying through your teeth, these 2 young priests here. And over the past several weeks, we've had an opportunity to spend time together that we would not have been able to do, and we've had a great time together. We've laughed a lot. We've talked, we've prayed together. That's just been a real treat for me. And I will, I want to call them, my brothers in the priesthood, but what's happened even more deeply for me is that they're 2 great friends now. And that's just something that I'm really thankful for as well. We will have more to share with you in the next couple of months as we prepare for the transition. And we'll help Father Michael in every way to do that in a smooth way and a very helpful way. So I'll join Father Kirby and Father Scott in just saying, God bless you all. Thanks for being so good to us, day in and day out. I've not been in a parish where folks really have been so prayerful and so generous, and that's been an inspiration for me. You've simply made me better. These 2 guys next to me, to my left, have made me better as well. So God bless you, thank you, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon.